Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking all things Accutane and Roaccutane. Now, I basically look at my skin right now, it's clear AF except a few tiny spots here, one or two quite big ones. This light, it makes my scars disappear. However, you get a flashlight on my face, I do have quite a lot of scars. But basically, I've come a long way since I had bad acne, and recently I've had a lot of questions about acne on my main channel. I'm going to be making a massive video soon about it. But essentially, I want to talk to you about how acne and Roaccutane affected me, and since I've been on Roaccutane now 2-ish years ago, what has been the subsequent impact of that for me. Now, this isn't a video about how to clear up your acne. It's talking all about things, all things Roaccutane and Accutane, basically. So you can see there's a bad photo of my acne before, and this is it now. Because I think Roaccutane changes the way that your body does work ever so slightly, especially when it comes to spots and so on. Now, I must say that I think there's a special routine that I follow and diet that I follow that basically has helped clear up my acne. And recently I started getting acne again, but I went back on my diet and routine and it slowly started to disappear. So main channel video coming soon, but let's talk about Accutane, Accutane, Roaccutane. Now, I remember when I first went on it, obviously for me, I didn't feel too many bad side effects. I think my nosebleeds happened a lot more often, and it was very sensitive up there because basically Roaccutane, if I remember correctly, is a super high dose of your vitamin A. Now remember, I'm not a medical professional. Please don't use me as advice. Seek medical advice. Seek real advice from people that know what they're fully talking about. But yeah, I think if I remember, it's a high dosage of one of your vitamins, I think A. It dries out all of your oil on your face and your skin gets very dry. For me, my lips got extremely dry. I carried around 3 Vaselines everywhere, and I often had nosebleeds like I just said. Now, that went on for a while. I had a purging phase. My skin slightly got better. Some scars disappeared. Some new ones came. My skin didn't become clear while I was on it, but it definitely, towards the end, was a lot clearer. I still had quite a few spots. And since then, I'd say that I've noticed a few different things with the way that my skin works thanks to Roaccutane. So when I finished Roaccutane, I can't remember my dosage or how long I was on it for. I'll research that for my main video. But my skin was definitely a lot clearer, 10 times clearer. I still had a few spots, but it was 10 times clearer. But I noticed that basically once I stopped it, I did start to get a few spots here and there again, which is perfectly normal. The most surprising thing to me was that the spots that I was getting, like this one right here, I don't know if you can even see it, but it's quite big. That instead of waiting around for 2 or 3 weeks for them to fully develop and then come out and then pop and then disappear, they would literally come out overnight, be a massive whitehead, and then pop. And sometimes I'd be left with red marks. Sometimes I wouldn't be. The biggest thing was never touch it, never squeeze it. But the rate at which my spots would come and go was a lot faster than it ever was before. Now, in terms of other side effects for me, when I make this video right now, I haven't personally had any side effects. There's plenty of side effects online that you can get. But for me, since I've come off it, been almost 2 years now, I haven't had a severe relapse. The rate at which my spots come and go is definitely fast. When I look at my friends who have decent skin, they occasionally get the odd spot and then it disappears. Mine is like, I get a spot, it grows, it's huge, it disappears, it goes, a little red mark, then a new spot comes, it comes big, it comes pussy, it comes real quick, then it goes, and it's like I still get a lot of spots. Like if you put me next to somebody who has a fairly normal skin lifestyle, routine, whatever, been brought up with normal skin, I still reckon I have at least in a year 10 times as many spots as them. But the difference is that something like the cycle of them, they're not as severe. It's really weird for me to describe. Like I've got 2 spots right now, literally this come up overnight. The day before yesterday, I went to bed with no spot. I woke up with one with mad amount of pus in. This one here yesterday that you can't see because of the light, but I literally went to bed last night with not even a spot out, just a tiny bump on my skin. I wake up, it's a huge pussy spot. Now, I don't mind this as much because it doesn't scar. And I think Roaccutane definitely helped the scarring spots and the spots that are stuck underneath my skin and the pustules disappear. But I still realized recently when I started to purge and get a bit more acne and stuff again recently, that just because I've been on Roaccutane, I can't go back to the lifestyle that most normal people have when it comes to skin. Like, I can't go back on the protein shakes. I can't have a lot of sugar in one night, i.e. spoons, pitchers. I can't do these things still. And I have to be careful of alcohol, coffee consumption, stuff like that. Because for me, diet really affects my skin. And I thought after Accutane, maybe I can just live like a normal life. My skin won't get bad. I was wrong. So there have been some big realizations since I've been on Accutane, Roaccutane. As I say, I personally don't regret it. Some people, they regret it. There's purging is normal. It's a wild ride, Accutane. And I do not recommend it lightly. Always do your own research into the side effects. Seek medical advice. I mean, I think it's a 1 in 1,000 chance or something of like eyesight impairment, nosebleeds, dry skin. Yeah, that's dry mouth, cracking lips. I had all of these. No rashes though, but I definitely got the common ones. But it's a very high risk medication. I'm not a doctor. Seek a dermatologist's advice. I cannot substitute for that, but I just wanted to run down basically my thoughts since I've been on Accutane, because it recently came to fruition again. So I hope you found this useful. I hope that your journey is successful, especially on Accutane. And I think one of the big thing again I've noticed since coming off it is that it's about prevention. Once you come off it, your skin's not cured forever, in my opinion. I feel like you have to make sure you stay on top of the routine that you had when your skin became clear. And if you do get a few spots, then lay off on the sugar, clean your face a bit more, change your pillow sheets a bit more. Just do everything you possibly can if after Accutane you feel like you're getting spots again, to minimize the risk of them coming back badly. Because Accutane is not ideal for your liver, I don't think. So we definitely want to make sure that you don't have to go back on it again. I think it's about 20% of people supposedly go back on it. Some articles say that the actual long-term success isn't as high as people think. There's basically a lot of undiscovered science around Accutane. So, yeah, be careful. Everything has to be done at your own risk. But thank you for listening to me today, and thank you for watching. Definitely check out my main video over here where I talk about being on Accutane just after I came off it. And I had acne for 6 years, man. I had it for such a long time. But I'm going to make an acne update video because I feel like I read this amazing article once that was like, acne is about your diet. And I'm going to find that article. I'm going to talk about my experiences. And I feel like I can help a lot of people with that video. So subscribe down below, leave a like, and let me know how your journey's going. I know it's tough, man. I honestly, acne was one of the worst things. I'm like, why? Why give us acne? But yeah, I always get spots around here nowadays. And I always have done, as you can see there. But here, doesn't seem to scar as bad. I used to get worried about my cheeks. From the forehead, I've been alright. Used to have back knee. But yeah, anyway, subscribe down below. Take care. I'll see you soon.